welcome everyone to this week's edition of the Power Play Podcast, brought to you by Power Play Sports. Today is January 3rd, 2022, and I am Michael Ledoux.
And I am the Dan Dallin.
I am Cameron Dallin.
And I am Trey Ledoux.
Wow. Awesome, guys. Happy New Year to all of our listeners out there. Happy New Year to all you guys. How's everyone doing?
Good. Very
Doing good?
Yeah.
I saw you celebrated a pretty exciting New Year's Eve party with a bunch of your hockey friends.
Yeah.
Who'd you get together with?
I got together with Bodie, Daniel, Jose, Connor, and
Katie, Olivia.
There's
other people there, right?
About hockey. Carter was supposed to go.
Oh, well,
Yeah,
we're gonna have to talk about Carter again this week.
Wasn't Blake there? Right, Blake?
Oh, and Blake, yes. I knew I was forgetting 1%. Yeah, and Blake, yes.
Yeah, and start off with a huge shout out to both Steve Mara, and Carter Nethers, two of our players, both injured, one with a broken wrist and the other one with a broken collarbone. So we're off to a great start with injuries for our 14U team. So things are looking awesome there. Opening music of the podcast, by the way, is amazing. Brought to you by Tony Solari, schooloftone.com, Tony Solari, schooloftone.com. He's in New York Highway Route 3 in Watertown, 315-489-9644. Thank you, Tony, for doing such an awesome little riff for us to open up our podcast. And right off the bat, we are fortunate to have our friends from the Adirondack 46ers and Malone Minor Hockey, Matt Jones and his daughter, Maggy Jones. Welcome.
Thank you.
Now, Matt, you're an old expert at this, this show. You've been our guest before. How are things going up your way? It's probably been maybe 6 or 7 episodes since we talked to you last.
Yeah, things have been going great. It's been awesome to see how this podcast has really taken off, and love to really see all the stuff that you guys cover. It's been awesome for North Country hockey. Yeah,
and you know what? Thanks to you and Jay Paris for hooking us up over there at Plattsburgh too. We had an awesome interview with Coach Moffat. That was really cool. We learned a lot about Plattsburgh hockey, so that was really fun too.
Coach Moff is he's a legend out there.
Yeah, he sure is, and rightfully so. Right, we're trying to get Coach Hooley on. If you got any sling, with Coach Hooley, it'd be great to get him on too. We've talked to a bunch of people trying to chide him into getting on the show, because what I didn't realize, and Dan brought it up to me, is like his winning percentage in hockey. It's crazy.
Unbelievable. He actually has a student assistant coach that works with our 14U 46ers girls teams, Hannah Rose, who's from over in the TI area.
Oh, wow. Well, boy, Mike, maybe we ought to start by getting Anna Rose on the show. We'll work our way up.
That's it.
Yeah. I mean, right. I used Holy Trivia over the weekend. I mean, he's got the best winning percentage of any NCAA hockey coach in the world. I mean, the guy's unbelievable.
It's like 836 or something. I forget. What did you say last week when we were talking to Paul? You like, if he loses more than one game in a season, it's like.
Right. It's a rarity. Like, they've already lost 2 goals this season. So I'll put all my money on wins from here on out. It's a lock. It's a total lock. There's no way he loses 3. I don't think it's ever happened.
Yeah.
I know.
That was your trivia question for one of our games.
Yeah.
Me and Cameron always discuss the trivia question during the fifth intermission.
Cameron, do you ever get the trivia questions right? You did a couple weeks ago. You got the 18 minutes in between periods.
Yes.
Who the heck knew that?
I did.
Cameron.
Yeah. There's 18 minutes in between. I thought there was 20 minutes in between.
That was because
periods
a couple days before that, I went to a crunch game with Steve-O.
And they have it. Wow. So, hey, I saw some really phenomenal news coming out of your way with the Huskies, Matt and Maggy.
Well, I think Coach Ledoux has fallen off the face of the earth here. So, yeah. Oh, you're back, Mike. Excellent.
I'm back?
Yeah.
Jeez, what happened?
I don't know. You said that you had some really interesting news that you saw about the Huskies, Matt and Maggy, and then you died.
Oh, and then I just dropped off?
You did. Yeah. Your video is really choppy
technical
too.
difficulties.
Yeah, your fruit
All
must
right,
be
well,
rotting over there.
Let me just take a look at what's going on here. Yeah. My networks are really lousy. How about now? Am I doing okay?
You're doing all right now, yeah.
All right. So Maggie, can you hear us? Hi, Maggie.
Hi.
So you guys had a really good weekend with the New Year's Cup. Can you, first of all, tell us a little bit about who you are and how long you've been playing hockey?
I think I've been playing hockey since I was
2 years.
2 years old. And I'm 10 now, so probably like 8 years.
So 80% of your life has been devoted to the sport of hockey. That's fantastic.
She kind of, when she got into it, I don't think she really knew what she was getting into. It was a little bit more forced.
Yeah. Matt, I don't think any of us knew what we were getting into. When we started.
I think that's a good point. Very good point.
So Maggie, what position do you play, or what positions do you like to play?
I play whatever position they really need.
Excellent. And which ones do you prefer? What do you found the most fun? What position and what game has been the most fun for you?
Probably center with my 46ers team.
Okay. And what's so exciting about being center that make you like it the most?
Well, usually we have like pairs of wings and then 2 centers. So I get to play with whoever's on the team.
Oh,
I
good.
love
So
it.
it's because you get to play with more different girls on your team. That's fantastic. Oh, that's got to be the best answer I've ever heard as to why somebody loves a position.
I had Will Vokey say that to me on the bench this weekend, Dan.
What is
We
that?
had extra players, and he's like, he asked if we could just not run the fourth line and just have 3 centers rotate through, and I'm like, no, we're not going to do that, because he wanted more ice time. Hey, so Maggie, tell us a little bit about this weekend. I see a championship trophy posted all over the internet. So tell us about your tournament this weekend.
Yeah.
Tell us about the games we played.
We won every game, but we tied one against the St. Lawrence.
Yep.
St. Lawrence Steel. 4-4.
We played the Shazy Flyers in our first
yeah.
game, opening on Friday, and we won that game 7-1. And then we played the Syracuse Blazers on Friday in game 2, and we won 6-1. And then on Saturday, we played the St. Lawrence Steel, who earlier in the year we actually lost 10-0 against. Our second game of the year.
It was an early game.
It was an early game. That's the excuse that they'll use.
I've heard that excuse plenty of times.
Oh yeah, 9 o'clock in Cannes. So it was an early game, little drive, second game of the year. But it's always fun to play against St. Lawrence Steel. And on Saturday afternoon, we played them again and tied them 4-4, which put us into the championship game on Sunday against the Shazy Flyers again. How do we do against them?
We beat them 4-1.
Very nice.
I was having a little bit of internet trouble, but I think I'm back and I'm live. I don't know. I changed networks. How's it sound now? Better?
Yeah. Well, as
Right,
good
so-
as you ever do. Yeah. So where
Yeah.
did you play this tournament, Maggie? Where was it at?
Malone Civic Center.
Oh, nice. In Malone.
Yeah.
Cool. And what was it called?
The New Year's Cup.
The New Year's Cup. That's awesome.
Yeah, I think I actually have a really cool picture here, if you guys can see it,
All right.
of the 10UA New Year's Cup champions. That's a really, I hope that banner gets hung up in the Malone
Maggie,
arena. That would look
that
really
banner
nice.
looks taller than you.
I'm pretty short. We're just kidding the 10U league.
Oh my
Really?
God, really?
Yeah.
Well, maybe someday you'll grow up and be as tall as the legendary Brooke Terry, who I've heard a lot about from up there, because I heard she's doing some awesome things up your way too, right? You know who she is?
Absolutely. Yeah,
Oh, you
Maggie
do?
Maggie can only hope to be as good as Brooke. Does like to wear Brooke's number though? What number are you?
Number 11, but there's a reason.
Oh, what's
Okay,
the reason
tell
for
us the
number 11?
reason.
Let's hear it.
I was born in the 11th month. I was born at 11 o'clock at night, and I was born in 2011. 11.
Whoa.
Oh,
Wow. Jeez. Mark Messier would be proud. You know who he is? Ask your dad. Your dad will know.
No, good for you, Maggie. No, I like you more now that you don't know who Messier is.
She does know who Wayne Gretzky is though.
Yeah.
That's a good thing. That's a good thing. So now how is your team doing, Maggie? You guys doing really well this season?
Yeah, we've only lost like a few games. I lost.
Yeah, so far this year we're 13-4-4, I believe.
Wow, that sounds
That's similar,
remarkably
huh?
familiar.
Yeah.
Sounds remarkably familiar to our team.
Yeah.
Wait, what are we? What are we?
We're 15-3-3, I think.
That's
Yeah,
good record.
those 3 ties are all ties I don't want to hear about. To be one of them. One of them was.
At least
Go
we
ahead, Kim.
finally broke that losing streak, the losing and tying streak. We finally
No.
got past the 3 goals.
Yeah,
Yeah.
well, I believe all 3 of those losses and all 3 of those ties, at one point, the team was winning 3-1. So.
Yeah,
No, except for the game against Oswego, we only had 2.
yeah. We only had 2.
We were always losing in that game.
We have 3-0 to Canton, 3-1 to Massena, and 3-1 against Ogdensburg. Yep. And all 3 of them with 3-3 ties. That was not. That's not how you want to end things. But we did give Coach Jones's team a run up there. They gave us a run actually. That was a 4-2 game. I
It
want to
was
play
a
you
fun,
guys.
fun time.
Yeah, I want to play. I want to play you guys. We should play you guys again.
Yeah, we should find a time to be able to come down and visit your guys' barn.
That'd be great.
yeah.
So what's going on with you, Matt? What are you coaching now? What are you involved with? Tell us a little bit about that, because I know you got Malone, you got the 46ers, you got a bunch of different teams going.
Yeah, so right now I'm actually coaching. I coach Maggie's 10U Malone Junior Huskies team. I also coach my 8-year-old daughter Ava's 8U Malone Junior Huskies team. Both of them also play on 46er split season teams at the 8U and 10U level. And then I also coach a 46ers girls 14U tournament bound team.
Wow. You must see a lot of crossover. I think I've seen a couple of posts. Like I've seen a bunch of your girls. Like I think North Franklin played Massena the other day. I think I saw Brooke and Haley, and I like playing against girls that they actually play with on the 46ers team, right? So you must see a lot of that.
Yeah, it's been pretty fun to see a lot of the girls that represent a lot of their high schools, their local high schools around that are in the 46ers program. And kind of the cool thing that a lot of them have been doing is generally after their games, they'll take a few pictures together with each other. So it's fun to see, either a Massena Raiders jersey or a Canton Bears jersey or Franklin Academy Huskies or Plattsburgh Hornets, all the different high schools that are represented by the 46ers.
How are the Canton girls doing this year? They how they look? I haven't seen much of them, and I have a little bit of a vested interest there. Although Etta Coburn is gone, but I know Quinn is still there, and Kate and Lucy are still there. And
yeah, Etta is gone. Etta does play on our 46 or 16U team. She plays with Brooke. I coached her a little bit last year, and I think they're doing okay. They haven't played our Franklin Academy high school girls team yet. I usually try to get to a lot of their home games. But I believe Massena has played them, and I think Massena beat them. I think Massena is leading in Section 10 right now for girls high school hockey.
Wow, a lot going on, and I guess that sets the stage for Brooke. Welcome, Brooke. How are you doing?
Good. How are you?
Good. So we have Brooke Terry on, and Brooke's claim to fame. Brooke, why don't you tell us what your claim to fame is? You're probably going to be pretty humble, but I saw something a couple weeks ago about you that really, really caught my interest because I am a huge Wayne Gretzky fan.
50 goals in 39 games.
Yes.
I wasn't really expecting to get the puck after, but it happened.
Right.
Yeah.
Did you know at the time that you could possibly have scored 50 goals in 39 games? Were you kind of
I
like,
didn't know much about it until end of the game when my coach came up to me and talked to me about it, told me all about it, and then he gave me the puck.
So one of the things that was really interesting, Trey and I were talking about this the other day, and it couldn't happen to a better team. But Wayne Gretzky scored 5 goals to get his 50 goals against the Buffalo Sabres, which we could tell Karen Dallin about that because that's her favorite team. How did you get your 50th? How many goals did you score in that game to get your 50?
I got 2 of them.
You got 2 of
They're
them?
probably 2 of my best goals too.
Well, that's good.
Yeah.
That's really good.
Why do you say that? Let me hear it. Now I want to hear the story. Walk me through the goal.
I got the puck behind the net. I walked out in front and went bar down for one of them. I did the same thing. Was behind the net, walked out, and I went posted in for the second one.
Nice.
Yeah.
These were both during state qualifying games, right, Brooke?
Yep.
Are you gonna do like a lacrosse style? Have you done a lacrosse style goal, like a Svechnikov special, like or one of those jobbies yet?
No, I'll probably fall over.
Michigan. What's the new one that they did a couple weeks ago? What's his name played for the World Juniors last year? Trey, he scored one from the back of the net.
Zegers.
Oh, Zegers.
Zegers to Milano.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. So, Brooke, why don't you tell us? I mean, we jumped right into the big 50 and 39. Why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself in hockey? I guess. How did you so? Pretty informal. How did you start out? How old were you when you started playing? And then kind of walk us through the teams you played for, and like kind of where you are today, and maybe any family members that play too. That would be really interesting.
Well, my brother started, and I went to a bunch of his games, and I got interested in the gameplay. So I started playing when I was 4. I played with my brother, and my dad coached me and him. I played for Massena Mosquitoes, Mites, and Squirts. Then I went to Cornwall Typhoons for Pee-wee and Bantam, and then I ended up in Malone for 16U for 2 years. I just fell in love with the game, really. I watched my dad play for the old timers. My brother played. It's just something I really love to do. It's nothing really special.
Yeah, the old timers is Matt Jones one of the old timers?
Yeah.
Yeah, the old timers have a really nice locker room up there. I was up there. I checked out the old timers locker room. It's beautiful. You guys have a nice locker room.
We tried to make it a little bit special up there.
So, what was it like playing in Cornwall?
It's way more competitive over there than what I had in Massena.
Mhm.
I met new friends. A bunch talked French, so it was harder. But it was just a different environment. It was fun to play over there. Different setting and tournaments I would go to.
Mhm.
But I was glad to be back over here too.
Did you stop going over there because of COVID? You couldn't go over it anymore? Yeah.
The borders got shut down.
All right. Did anybody else from the States play with you over there? Like anybody from your association back home or anybody from like any of the North Country associations?
Etta Coburn and Lucy played with me over there. And
Okay.
then when I came back, I played with them on the 46ers team.
Okay. Who's better, Etta or Lucy?
I don't really know.
I'm just putting you on the spot. I like both of them. I don't want you to have to make that decision. So what are you playing right now? You're playing high school?
I'm playing high school and 16U for 46ers.
What high school do you play with? Massena, right?
Yeah.
And what's your record right now?
8-1-1. Sorry.
You know what I want to know?
What?
Who's the one? Who did you lose? Who'd you guys lose to?
Skinny Atlas, I think it was.
Oh yeah.
One of them.
Yeah, I'm gonna say it must have been Skinny.
It was Skinny, right? Yeah. Yeah.
Oswego's the guy, I think.
Was it really? Yeah.
Right, so you guys you're section 3?
Section 10.
10.
Oh, section 10. Okay. All right, I don't understand all these sections, right? Because both Skinny Atlas and Oswego play section 3.
Yeah, we just went down there to play them.
Okay.
Well, they kind of they're kind of notorious. Well, I don't want to say they have a great program, right? Back over in Skinny Atlas, I think they've had a really good, strong women's program for a long time.
And they got a strong girls program. They got minor hockey teams that go all the way up, and their high school team. They get pulls from a couple different schools, so makes it a little bit more competitive too. But they've had a good program for a while. I know in Massena for Brooke's team, I think, Brooke, correct me if I'm wrong, but your whole team is just really Massena players.
Yeah, that's right.
Right. Yeah, because I think the Oswego team, that takes female players from almost the entire county of Oswego. It's the only girls program there is.
Right.
So it's really tough to get that synergy when you're spread out that far compared to a Skaneateles or a Massena where, you know, we've been playing together forever.
Yeah, that, you know, it's funny, Matt, most of the schools up there actually are able to field their own teams independent. Like Canton's all Canton girls, right?
Yeah, I think Canton is has Canton. I think that there's also some Tupper Lake girls and some Magic Waddington girls.
Okay.
And that's the thing that we see up here a little bit. I mean, Franklin Academy for a long time was fielding their own team. This year they actually combined with Salmon River. So Franklin Academy and Salmon River actually combine from a girls' number standpoint. So, you know, definitely from a girls' hockey standpoint in the North Country, we continue to try to do as much as we can to get more and more girls playing, and hopefully continue to build on the numbers up here to help out with high school and the competitive minor hockey teams as well.
Now, Brooke, does your brother play? Is he still playing?
Yeah, he plays on the high school team.
How are they doing?
Bad.
So let me ask you this. Could the girls team beat the boys team at Massena? Probably could, huh?
Yeah, I think so. Right now, yeah. They're not too good this year.
They're not too good this year. Usually they're pretty solid, right?
Mm-hmm.
Usually they're one of the teams to beat.
You know who the Brooke is Coach Goalie still the coach at Massena?
Yeah.
So the president of USA Hockey is the head coach at Massena.
Well. We might have to get the president of USA Hockey on our podcast.
I think we're going to have to.
Yeah, I think we have some connections.
Mike Trivoli there.
Mike Trivoli. Okay, we're gonna put that down. So, Brooke, a couple things I didn't ask. What position do you play? Have you always played that position?
I've played center, but last year I was a left wing and a center, more left wing. But I've played center mostly my whole life.
Okay. You like center? You like the ability to kind of go wherever you want?
Yeah.
Yeah. I think Maggie likes center too. She doesn't really seem to like defense.
I like any position.
You like any position? What about goalie, Maggie? Would you play goalie?
Yeah, I played goalie for my sister's 8U team last year.
Did you really? How'd you do? Any shutouts? Did you get a shutout patch?
No, they all scored on me. I wasn't very good, I can tell you that.
At least you're honest. That's funny. So, how's the scoring going for your? What's your number? Do you know what your numbers are at the high school level right now?
21 goals and 5 assists.
Oh my God! You passed the puck.
No kidding. Hey, you know she sound? We have a kid on our team. I'm gonna look at it right now. I think that's Nick Neto's numbers, identical. Nick Neto, whose dad actually owns Power Play Sports here in Watertown, and this big hockey guy.
He's got 5 assists. I can only think of 3.
He might only have.
I can only think of 3.
Oh boy, we're just giving you a hard time. And assists, Dan, you pay for assists in your house, don't you?
I do. I love assists.
Yeah, I'm all about the goal. Do you have a celly when you score? Do you have like a set celly? No. That's pretty humble.
Yeah, I don't like celebrations that much.
No. Wow.
I don't celly really. I just.
Wow.
You see,
whatever happens.
My oldest has got
I
a
love
pet.
cellies.
Yeah, my oldest does a different celly for every goal. Depends on how he scores it. Now, he doesn't score a lot, but boy, when he does, he's just got that all pent up and it explodes. Oh my goodness.
Ray, what's yours? Yours isn't yours the what's that one called?
The Eagle.
The Eagle.
The koozie.
Wow. Yeah. Yeah, I was watching something on Connor Bedard, who's 16 years old, and as you know, the World Juniors has been postponed. But Connor Bedard scored 4 goals and didn't celebrate once.
Wow.
At 16 on the World Junior team. Oh, look at this! Look at this bearded character that just popped into our podcast.
Oh my goodness.
Oh my God. What's all that steel gear? What's up, JR?
Okay, I'll unmute. It's not just steel gear. I got a whole wall of stuff.
Oh, look at that. There's a lot of cool stuff there. Oh, I see that Unity jersey. Woo,
That's right. She's a
I have it
beauty.
too. I have it one.
Flip her around.
Awesome.
Got some
Hey.
Senators. Hey, let me get this some quiet. Sorry,
Who's out
guys.
there? Who's out there? Coach Palmer out there on the ice with the kids?
That's right. We got Coach Palmer running a clinic with 8 youths. Today is his first time running clinics on these ice.
This is awesome. So right now, for those of you who don't have the visual of our podcast, we have our good friend Paul Trimper, one of the owners of Power Play Sports, broadcasting live from his barn. His barn is at the Power Play facility in Watertown, where he has synthetic ice, he has a real indoor ice rink, and he actually has an ODR that you might have just flooded, I think, right, Paul?
Yeah, I'm coming off mute here. So thanks
Okay.
for having us. And I'll get into a little quieter spot out in the frozen tundra out back.
Hopefully he keeps.
I
Hopefully
know
he still has signal.
you just had me on last minute here. And can you hear me all right?
Hear you perfectly.
Yep.
Awesome. So we're out here at the outdoor rink that's done through the Power Play Sports Foundation. And last night, so it's 60 and it's free to the community. You can see we got a little ice farming out there, and we got the floodlight.
He's bouncing in and out on us. He's
Yeah,
probably
so
losing
the-
a little bit of signal.
Yeah, we're
Oh,
losing
you're
the
losing me
audio.
on audio. I wonder if
Yeah.
it's because of the Wi-Fi. I'll let you guys continue on your topics.
No, we're not. No, I wanted to. Can you turn around and show us the rink from afar? Because it's really cool. We actually have some folks from up north on. We have Matt Jones. You know Matt, Paul, right?
Oh, hey, Matt, with the 46ers and more. Awesome. Good to
Hey, Paul, how are you?
see you here. I'm doing awesome. Hope you guys
And-
had a great holiday.
Good.
Yeah, I'll try to give you a faraway view.
And then Matt's daughter Maggie is on, and then we have Brooke Terry, who plays for the 46ers 16U and Massena High School too. So, wow, that looks good, Paul.
Well, it's many thanks to the whole community. It was a huge teamwork effort. You know, your Watertown Wolves Phantom team helped out a lot of people, so many people. Chris Nethers from Glory Construction. I could go on and on.
So, did you guys have water put into in recently, Paul, to flood it out?
We put in 4,800 gallons today with a water truck from Thompson's Water.
Okay.
And we think we need probably 4,000 or 5,000 more. Last year we did 12,000 gallons. And that gave us about 4.5 inches of ice. There's a online calculator for how much the ice depth per volume and stuff like that.
Okay.
So tomorrow, Garth from Thompson's Water is going to come by, and there's JR trying to Zamboni. He's going to drop off some more water, and we'll let the good Lord freeze it and give us some ice.
Yeah. And real quick, you were a little choppy. Can you tell us about the Power Play Sports Foundation, Paul, and exactly what they do and how the ODR plays into the Sports Foundation?
I will. So the Power Play Sports Foundation is a nonprofit put together to enable sports for all ages. And the outdoor rink is the Project Operation Ice Rink. It was put together last year. We got Lowville's rink boards, their old boards, all 200 feet of it. And they got new ones from Pulaski, new used ones. So this rink was free to the community all last year. We had about 6 weeks of ice. It's natural ice with no chiller. And this year, again, we should have ice within the week. It's free. You can reserve it. You can just call me, and anybody that wants to use it can come skate, teams or people or anything. You may have to shovel it first. The intent of this project is to get an indoor full community rink, 12-month ice rink over time. So as we continue to make it better every year, maybe a few years out, we'll have a building around it and a chiller. That's the goal. For now, we're enjoying every minute of it.
We sure are. And we're hoping that the weather stays cold so it'll freeze quickly. That'd be great.
Yeah, I'm cold right now, so it must be freezing.
Yeah. Give us a little purview of the indoor rink for the fans out there that watch us on YouTube. They probably haven't, many of them maybe haven't seen your new indoor ice rink, which I think is absolutely amazing. And you had the Battle of the Biscuit 3v3 tournament over the holidays, and I know that was a huge success.
Yeah, that was great. In parallel with your awesome Tyler Memorial Lacrosse tournament at the Y, you know, it's crazy how many great things can happen across the community. So our Battle of the Biscuit tournament was on this rink. It's 30 feet by 60 feet, and it's ice with chiller. Can you hear me all right?
Yeah, we can hear you fine. We can
Yep.
hear Coach Palmer too, but
All
that's
right.
fine. Don't worry about it.
Coach Palmer's running a clinic. So we have clinics and private lessons and team trainings. If you're a team in the area and you want to stop in, it's fun for parties. You know, you can bring a potluck meal with your team. Your parents can eat meatballs and whatever while the kids skate, or the parents can skate too. We just got it in October, and we're still figuring things out. Like, for example, the chiller shut off today because it was so cold, and the setting said if it's cold outside, shut it off. Well, you know, anyway, bear with us if you come down. But the ice has been great. We're about 2 months in, and just loving it, every minute of it.
That's awesome. That's really great to see. It's great to see those little guys out there skating around with those cones. That's pretty cool.
It's probably loud. I'm sorry about all the noise. I'll go on mute.
No, you're not loud. It's not that. That's not too bad at all. And then you guys have synthetic ice still on the other side where people can shoot pucks and play as well. The pro shop is on the other side. Now walk us through there, Paul.
I'll walk you through. So
Yep.
We've been meaning to do this go live. So
So
we
it's
got
kind of cool.
a little bubble hockey.
I'm the best bubble hockey player ever. FYI.
There's our unit.
Yeah, that's
You
awesome. I love that. I don't know about that, but I'd like to pretend I am.
Now we got our gym over here.
Pro shop.
And full pro shop with equipment and skate sharpening. We got Coach Trevor over there.
Trevor
Sharpening some
Christopher.
goalie skate.
What's up, Trevor Christopher?
Trevor.
SUNY Canton.
Trevor Hughes.
Oh, Trevor Hughes, another SUNY Canton. So
There's our general manager, Jonathan.
Newest learn to play kids right here.
We're live on the show here. Sorry, guys. And we got some new learn to play students here in our synthetic ice rink. You guys like hockey? Yeah. All right. We're making hockey players. Hey, this little guy.
Making
What's your
hockey
name,
players.
bud?
Nice.
Lincoln. We got Lincoln here learning how to play hockey, skating on can ice, synthetic ice. We're hoping to have Danny Gare on this podcast soon. He's one of the founders of this company here.
Oh yeah. Danny Garrett,
Yeah, we're
Buffalo
gonna give him a
Sabres fan.
shout.
Yeah, we're gonna get him on.
And then for you thrift shoppers, we have a used equipment area here with a bunch of everything you could want possible. And that's the tour, including a skate wall of used skates.
Awesome.
I'm sure you have a lot of topics to cover on here, so
Yeah.
let me be quiet.
No, Paul, thanks for jumping on. Thanks for giving us a tour. And thanks for sponsoring the podcast. We appreciate everything that Power Play Sports and the Power Play Sports Foundation does for the community.
We love everything you do, and your podcast has been growing and thriving. It's been fun to listen to and watch and spread. And Dan, great job. Matt, nice to see you, and the rest. And we'll catch you later, all right?
All right.
Thanks a lot, Paul.
Thanks for jumping on, Paul.
Thanks, Paul.
Thank
Mr.
you.
Trumper.
How could I
Have you guys
forget, Trey?
Trey.
See ya, Cam. All right, bye, guys.
Hey,
All right.
bye.
See you, Paul.
See ya.
Have you guys ever been down there, Matt? Have you ever seen that place?
Haven't seen it yet. I've talked to Paul a few times and definitely want to get down there and check it out.
Yeah. So have you ever been, Brooke? Have you ever seen it before?
No, I have not.
No. So if you guys ever get down here to play like TI, it's not too far. Like high school, it's not too far from there. It's probably 25 minutes down. It's right off 81. So if you get off 81, it's right at the exit. And it's really cool because they just do so much different stuff. They have that synthetic ice where you can actually skate on that synthetic ice, which is pretty cool. And then they have that other rink that they just put in this year, which is amazing. It's 30 by 60. It's real ice. They actually have a golf cart that they have a little Zamboni on the back of that they flood it with and clean it up. And now they get the outdoor rink going. And so it's really cool. It's a lot of great stuff for everybody to be able to get hockey stuff down here instead of having to drive all the way to Syracuse to get it. Don't have a lot of opportunity. And then they sponsor our podcast too, which is really nice.
Yeah, I really love that they do the free outdoor rink. I mean, as long as it's cold enough, there'll be ice, and that ice is free for anybody to use. You just got to contact them at Power Play Sports, and Paul will make sure you get your slot, and away you go.
Yeah, we played on it last year a couple times on Trey. It was really fun.
Yeah, it was fun. It was cold though.
Nothing like a little pond hockey.
But Juice's mom always brought hot chocolate, so it was good.
Yeah. Yep. All right, guys. What do you got for us, Brooke? Anything else? Did you have practice tonight?
Yeah, I had varsity.
Now, real quick, a question. I guess it's probably for Coach Matt and you. Do you guys, like, when you do split season, do you actually totally split, or do you sometimes play 16U, 14U games during the regular high school season?
You want me to answer that one, Brooke?
Yeah.
So the way that's kind of shaped out a little bit this year is our 8U and our 10U girls teams are split season. So they really start in the fall and then stop during the regular winter season. Our 14U and 16U girls teams are actually basically full season teams. So they are still playing and practicing as we go. We also have a 12U girls team as well. So all of those are kind of full season teams that really keep going. I know Brooke's team's got practices 2 nights a week. They also have games. They had a few Q games a little while ago. I know they have some Q games and some tournaments coming up. So what we've kind of seen a little bit is definitely, girls like Brooke that really want to push it and have aspirations to go on and play somewhere else, really have a hunger to keep playing hockey. So high school season, we definitely, our program supports the girls playing high school hockey and try to do stuff like that. A lot of our games are on Sundays, so it doesn't interfere with the girls' high school schedules, but we've definitely seen that there's kind of an itch for them to play a little bit more and do a little bit more, and definitely at the 16U level, doing a few more showcase tournaments and stuff like that. We had a couple girls last year that went on to play at prep school this year. So, definitely girls that have some aspirations to go on and play at higher levels. We want to try to be able to provide that opportunity through the program for them.
Hey, Maggie, was the team that you won the championship with this weekend, was that co-ed or was that just girls?
That was my co-ed team.
And how are they? You like playing on that team?
Yeah, we're all friends, yeah.
Yeah. You show the boys how to play hockey, do you? I bet you do. I bet you skate around all those boys really fast, don't you?
There's only, I would say, like about 3 boys that are faster than me, and then this one boy is like an inch taller than me, and he makes fun of me for being short.
That's all right. There's a lot of Brad Marchand short too, and he wreaks havoc out there.
She does not want to play like Brad Marchand. Maybe Brendan Gallup.
Now we're getting into the Montreal Canadiens, Boston Bruins, their drama.
Yeah, but it was definitely a fun weekend when they play on their co-ed teams. There was 2 girls that Maggie plays with on the split season team, 3 girls that she plays with on the split season team, and stuff like that. So it was fun at the A level. Her team won, and the Shazy Flyers were runners-up, finalists. Actually, the Watertown Wolves played in the Double B division, and they finished as finalists. I think they lost to the Plattsburgh Roadrunners in the championship game.
Yeah, I think like 2-3 now.
Yeah.
Okay, that's good. That's good for the Watertown Wolves. What kind of hat you rocking there, Maggie? Is that a Carhartt hat?
Yeah,
Is it pink or white? What color is it?
it's pink.
You are cool, man. You are trendy. Brooke, isn't she trendy?
Mhm.
She's trendy. You are trendy. You're looking good.
I'll tell you,
Now-
Maggie, that looks like a nice mop that you wear underneath the helmet. I'd love to see a picture of it with the helmet on for our mop of the week.
Yeah, you should see our mop of the week. You should participate in that. You could win prizes. And you should submit your grades. If you have a grade over 92, we have the 92 challenge. Because Wayne Gretzky had 92 goals in a season. So if you score over a 92 on a test or quiz and we pick your name, you can win a prize. We have a prize winner today, actually. I'm going to tell everybody about it later. That holds true for you. And Brooke, one thing I want you to do, which we ask all of our guests to do, is to get more people to pay attention to the Power Play podcast, because we don't just focus on boys hockey. We focus on girls hockey and all hockey. We know no boundaries. We've had Coach Chris Wells, who's the women's coach at St. Lawrence University. We had the coach at Syracuse University last weekend, who was the former coach at St. Lawrence University, whose team just won the Battle of the Berg. SU just won that tournament this weekend. So make sure you tell all your friends, hey, I'm going to be on this podcast, and you guys all have to tune in and subscribe to it.
Yeah, let them. They ought to listen and catch up on the old ones too. Listen to Coach Moffitt, right? Coach
Yep.
Flanagan, like Mike was just talking about. And actually, between Mike and I, we really love our girls hockey programs.
Yes, we do.
It's hockey at its purest form. So, yeah, I love it. I love watching it. I used to not understand it until I watched a girls team actually function and beat the living snot out of equally aged boys. So, that made me fall in love with it. Yeah,
They moved the puck so well.
Yeah. They beat
Anybody
the
want
boys
to give
with
it?
hockey.
Yes. Brooke, anybody you want to give a shout out to? Any of your teammates?
Just my lineate, Lucy and Sophia Prentice. They've helped me a lot to get this 50 goals in 39 games.
Really? Lucy who?
Dakota.
You know, for some reason I know her. Yeah. You know, she was coached by a really great coach back in the day. Not Bill Dakota or Jesse Colbert either. You ask her about one of her coaches. Actually, I coached Kate a lot more, I have to be honest with you, because I was the defensive coach. So I can lay claim to Kate, Kat, Quinn, and I forget who else was on that team. No, I don't. We had 3 or 4 defensemen who were really good, but I hope they're all still playing. A lot of them are still playing too, I think. My daughter is not, unfortunately. Now, what about Julia? Does Julia Paris still play?
Yes, she does.
Is she on your team or no?
No, she's on the 19U team.
Oh, she's on the 19U team. Wow, you guys have a 19U girls, Matt, up there?
We do. We started off with a 19U 46ers team from a number standpoint, and just at the 19U level, it gets to be a little bit more challenging with girls going away to college and wanting to play. So actually our 19U 46ers team is a non-tournament bound team, but we had, I believe it's 4 girls that played for the St. Lawrence Steel 19U team because they were in need of some number. So it was actually a really great partnership between our organization and Canadiens to say we wanted to put some girls together so they could have a tournament bound 19U team.
Wow. Cool. All right. Last question for Brooke. Ready? If you could play college hockey anywhere other than Clarkson, because I don't like them. If you could play anywhere other than Clarkson, where would you play?
Providence, I think.
Providence.
Wow.
I
Whoa.
visited that school, I think, 2 months ago. We went and saw the arena and everything, and I just loved it.
Really?
Yeah.
That's a great school. The men's team won a national championship a couple years back too.
Brooke, is there men's coach from Massena as well?
I don't know.
Is he from Massena, or did he just play with a lot of the guys from Massena? I believe he went to Cortland.
Yeah, I think he just played with a lot. Yeah.
Have you been looking? I told you it was my last question, but have you been looking at schools?
No, I actually just sent an email out yesterday to the Nazareth College, and they just responded to me before that, but that's my only one.
We gotta make sure you get on Coach Flanagan's radar over at SU and Coach Wells' radar at St. Lawrence and Coach Hull's radar at Plattsburgh.
Don't forget about RIT. You can go to Rochester also. That's my alma mater. Great hockey fans anyway out there. Beautiful campus, and it's really cold too. So you'll be just like being at home.
Providence, Providence is a good call because it doesn't get super cold down in Providence, but they still have rabid hockey fans down there. Hal Gill, former Boston Bruin, played at Providence College. Yep, I know him. Good school. Yeah, real good school. So that's awesome. Hopefully, now, are you in 10th grade or 11th grade?
10th grade.
Oh, so you got a couple years left.
Yeah.
Any thoughts about prep school?
Not really sure.
Not really sure. Never want to commit to that.
No.
Yeah, you got to keep that kind of in the back. Shh, don't talk about it too much. Maggie, you still with us?
Yeah,
We
what
have
colleges are you looking
Yeah,
at?
what college are you looking at? Whatever one's the cheapest for dad.
Oh, it's most expensive.
Yeah,
Yo,
that's
had a
right.
girl.
There you go. You could go to college over in Canada. Go to McGill. As
No.
well. No, don't want to go over there. You can be closer to the Montreal Canadiens, so your dad be happy.
I've already seen them once.
Montreal? I hope did they lose?
Of course they lost.
Of course.
Yeah, they lost in that game.
Did they? I'm sorry to hear that.
No, but like I saw them like walking out of the locker room because I was down in there because I was playing in the intermission of the Rangers game.
Oh, that's right. You guys did that. Tell us about. You guys played at the intermission of a New York Rangers game, didn't you?
Yeah.
Tell us about that.
Yeah,
At the
Malone Minor
Garden?
Hockey. We started to partner with the New York Rangers this year, and we have a Junior Rangers Learn to Play program in our association. So it's actually a really great partnership with the New York Rangers. They're very supportive of growing hockey, and we were selected as an association to go down and play. Probably a little bit helpful with the New York Rangers against the Montreal Canadiens. Back at the beginning, I think it was in the middle of November we went down there.
November 16th.
November 16th. So we went down there. It was awesome. We got to meet Adam Graves, who put on a clinic for about 23 of our players from Malone Minor Hockey, ranging from 8U to 10U. Go ahead, talk.
There was a few 6U.
A couple 6U players went down as well. And while we were there, tell them about when you went down to the locker rooms. What did you see?
When we went back down to the locker rooms, I saw Brendan Gallagher going onto the ice, and I went crazy. Literally just jumping up and down, screaming.
So where they had our locker room was actually where all the Canadiens players would warm up in the hallways and stuff like that. So we got to see a lot of the Canadiens players as they were warming up before they went on the ice and stuff like that. So it was a lot of fun. And we had about 22 kids that got to go out after the first period and play kind of a 7-minute mini game out on the ice at MSG.
3-minute, actually.
3-minute. Sorry, not 7-minute.
That's amazing. Wow. I bet you they smelled really, really bad when you were near them, right?
No.
No? I'd imagine. Judging by how these other two boys smell when they're playing hockey, I can only imagine a grown man.
It isn't unique to boys either. I coach girls hockey and they stink too. They're horrible.
Absolutely. Look at Brooke. Brooke's just smiling over there. She knows.
Brooke's smiling because Brooke is like, listen, I just got done hockey practice and I jumped on this podcast and I want to go take a shower because I'm so tired right now and I have schoolwork to do. Is that what you're thinking possibly? All right.
Don't get homework in 10th grade. There's no homework in 10th grade anymore.
Oh, lost Trey.
We must have lost Trey. I don't know.
He's probably went to go do his homework. He probably went to go do his homework.
Computer must have died early this time.
Yeah, must have. All right, guys, we're going to let you guys fly because you've been here for a long time. We truly appreciate you being on the podcast. We hope that you can continue to help us spread the word. Thank you very much.
Power Play Podcast NNY on Facebook, Power Play Podcast NNY on YouTube, Power Play Podcast NNY, wherever you get your favorite podcast. Enter
Stitcher, Spotify, you name it. We're there.
Yeah. Everywhere. There's some wacky-do, crazy places at Apple Podcasts, Power Play Podcast NNY. If you want to send a picture of your head underneath, your mop underneath your helmet to win Mop of the Week, just take a picture and send it along to powerplaypodcastnny@gmail.com. Get a 92 on a test, quiz, or better, or get an A. Take a picture, email it to powerplaypodcastnny@gmail.com, and you could win the 92 challenge. You could win Mop of the Week. You could just win a subscription to our podcast at Powerplay Podcast NNY.
Wait. What was that again? One more time.
I don't
No,
remember.
we're not going through that all over again. But I can say that you can win a lot of prizes, like a hat, a roll of tape, Howie stick wax. They give you all kinds of things at Power Play. So, hey, Maggie, you are also challenged with telling all your little 46s and all your little Huskies that they need to check you out on the Power Play podcast. You know, because you did correct your dad a lot today. He was making a lot of mistakes. You got him. You really dialed him in. So you did a good job.
Listen, every single one of them that watches FGTV, jump over to Powerplay Podcast NNY and hit subscribe. If you're watching any of those, what are those other guys there, Cameron? You know, Sluggy or Slovy or Slubby or whatever. Yeah.
Logo.
So there it is. See?
Logo.
I wasn't
Yeah.
far off.
And if you're watching Spit and Chicklets, you're not on a PG-13 podcast, and you should be here. You should be watching the Power Play podcast. All right,
Team
Brooke,
Edge, Power Play Podcast NNY. Come on, this is it.
Brooke,
What
Matt,
was it?
Maggie, thank you very much.
We appreciate
Probably
it.
had
Thanks for all
enough
that
of
you
us.
guys do.
All right, we'll make sure you get us out there on some social media, Matt. We'll send you some links and stuff, okay? You too, Brooke.
Absolutely.
Congratulations, Brooke. Good luck this season. Maggie, good luck this season. We'll be in
Thank
touch.
you.
We'll be following you guys. We promise.
Absolutely.
Thanks. Bye.
Thank
You
you.
guys, thank
Make it a
you.
great day, guys.
Thank you for having me.
You're welcome. Thanks for being on. 50 and 39. Pretty amazing. Wow, I think we lost the Trey story. I think his computer died on him. But let's go to, we had a couple of updates and then we can wrap it up. We went a little long with that interview, didn't we? Was that my
Well,
fault?
Probably, but that's all right.
Yeah.
Listen, I know that Trey really wanted to talk about some 8-game winning streak or whatever, but he's not here. I'll tell you what I do know is the Islanders have won 2 games in a row because they are at the beginning of that stretch of 20 games that Jameson Coyle spoke about on our Magical Christmas Day release podcast. So that's 2 wins down. We should get at least 16 more in the next 18, if not all 18, and we'll be right up on top in that first place.
You'll be
Look
back
at
in the
that.
hunt. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Hey, pro report. I was going to talk to Trey, had some trivia, but we're going to have to drop that. I don't know unless he gets his computer back up and running. I can tell you the Bruins had a good weekend. Dan was bragging about the Islanders. The Bruins got a couple wins. They were losing to the Sabres 3-1 on Saturday, and they wound up coming back. See
in
that?
Overtime. Yeah, I
In
saw
overtime.
on January 1st too.
Yes.
Started
Way
the
to come
new
across.
year. What was it? 4-3.
Yeah,
Bruins won in
4-3.
overtime.
Yeah,
Listen,
and they weren't
that
looking good.
I saw that they were winning 3-1, and I chuckled to myself.
I'm like, oh, you know,
Not
And
not
then-
the 3-1. The 3-1. Like always the 3.
no, it is the 3-1, right? It's the 3-1 jinx. That's what we got to start
so
calling it.
we always need to get that next goal. If we always have 3 goals, we need to get the next one.
I think we need to maybe we need to market that. Maybe we need to come out with like a logo for that 3-1 jinx, because it seems like it's the worst lead in hockey. And then the Bruins won 5-1 against Detroit yesterday. And you know what? I did watch some St. Lawrence University hockey this weekend. I actually watched a game against University of Nebraska Omaha on Saturday night. You had nothing else to do, so I watched a St. Lawrence hockey. They had lost to UMass Lowell on Wednesday 3-2. They played Omaha, which was ranked the 14th, number 14 in the country, and they were losing. They were losing 2-0, I think, and they wound up coming back and winning 3-2. And then they played the same team the next day and lost 5-0. But I wanted to give a big shout out because last week we had Coach Flanagan on, Coach Paul Flanagan from Syracuse University, as you all know, and that was really nice for him to spend so much time with us because the SU program is a top-notch Division I women's hockey program, and they were just getting ready to go out to play in a tournament called Battle of the Berg, and he was gearing up for it, and he talked to us right after practice, and he was just telling us about how much goes into it and when they were going to be traveling. Well, they wound up going down there and playing Boston University in the first game. They're up 3-1 in the third period, gave up a shorthanded goal, and made it 3-2. And they wound up in a 3-3 tie, but it got him into the following day. It got him into basically the championship game against St. Cloud State. And they wound up winning. They were up, they were down 1-0, went up 3-2 at the end of the first, scored a couple more in the third period, and won the championship. So I think that's pretty amazing. Their goalie was named the MVP of the tournament. So that was really nice. And she faced something like, I don't know, like something like 70 shots over the course of the tournament and only gave up like 6 goals. What's her name? I can't think of her name right now. I'll tell you in a second. Let me tell you. Oh, Ariel Desmet is their goaltender. So she wound up being the player of the tournament. So congratulations to Coach Flanagan, and thanks for jumping on our podcast with us. What did you do this weekend, Dan? I know you were at a bunch of different youth games. You can talk a little bit about some youth.
Yeah, holy cow. So the kids had 4 games on Sunday because the 12U Oswego girls decided, playing at 2:30 in the afternoon at home in Oswego wasn't enough. They added a 10:30 a.m. game in Skinny Atlas of all places. So,
wow.
But I don't know. You going to go over their reports that you got from?
I do it. Yeah, I have a report from the beat. Did you broadcast any of those games?
So I did the second one.
Yeah.
I did the second one. So the first one I did not do, and I know you've got Jillian's thing there, and I hate to steal her thunder, but I'm gonna.
Okay.
Because the first goal of the GAC game was scored by number 75, Estelle Dallin. She scored in Cameron fashion, I believe. Right? She went in, she took her shot, and the puck just barely made it over the goal line, is what I was told. It went wide. It went over past the girl's outstretched leg and just snuck in that little sliver between her outstretched leg and the post, and just crept over that red line, and that was her goal. And I believe after that, then was it Claire Furlong got the second goal, and then Jillian got that third goal.
Yeah.
And they ended up winning that game 3-1.
Yeah. And that's a good team too. Yeah. And Jillian did send in a write-up. Jillian Keegan, she's always AKA the Bean. And Weezer is also on that team, Stelly Dallin. So that was, we got a lot of love for that team. As you know, the Oswego Lady Buccaneers won their first game. Skinny Atlas, like we talked about with Coach Jones, a formidable opponent in girls hockey for sure. And then they followed up by Jillian's report on their second game against the Lysander 12U girls. Exciting game. The Bucks were down 3-0, and Marissa Sharkey put them back into the game with a goal from behind the net off the goalie's head.
It was unbelievable. 5.5 minutes into the second goal. So they end that first period losing 3-0. 5 minutes go by in the second period. And Sharkey from behind the net, flicked the puck over. No idea how it happened. I don't know if she did it on purpose or not. Who knows? But it ricocheted and went in, and that cold rink, because that was at the Kingsford rink or the James P. Cullinan rink on 5th Avenue, freezing ice cold in there. Couldn't even see through the glass because there was ice forming on the inside and outside, all the way around the rink. Because the day before was just about 50 degrees, and then that day it was like 9. So it was tough. So, but that goal that Sharkey scored was unbelievable. And then after that, though, Lysander came right back. Who was it? Abigail Narrow, who was a beast of a player. About 20 seconds later, or what was it? 17 seconds later, came back, assisted by Lily Chauvin from defense. Came back and scored. So she put it back. It was 4-1. So less than 20 seconds, but that didn't matter. It didn't stop Oswego. They kept coming. They kept applying the pressure, which was absolutely great to see.
I watched the video from the game. I don't know if Angela was recording it. I think it was Angela, and I heard Karen. But Jillian Keegan, back-to-back goals on one shift, which were 2 really nice goals on the ice. And then Clementine
34
Rasty,
seconds apart too. So that was like the beginning and the end of his shift. How she had enough juice in her to do it was unbelievable. But Jilly just had the puck, found the puck found her. She was just on fire that whole day.
Clementine Rastley, former guest, awesome little hockey player, was on our show before. Scored a goal to tie at 4-4. And then Marissa Sharkey scored again, third period. Lysander up 6-5. And then Jillian Keegan scored a game-tying goal to get a hat trick. Wow. That's good. Nice hat. We had a hat trick in our game. I'll have Cam talk about that. Marissa Sharkey assisted on all of Jillian's goals to get a playmaker. And, playmakers are big in the Dallin household. So that we're really proud of Marissa for all those assists. That's awesome.
Yep.
6-6 tie.
So that game you can find on my YouTube channel, The Dan Dallin, in its entirety from that Cullinan rink. Now, I actually had clock duty originally, and thankfully, because that put me over there in that clock booth. I didn't do the clock. Somebody came over and covered it for me, but I actually raised my tripod. I was up over the glass looking down. And at one point, the puck deflected off a Jillian stick and it went into the Lysander bench less than 10 feet away from me. And I thought for a moment, Jillian was trying to actually hit me with the puck because, possible. Because I'm doing my announcing. I was actually standing and my head was over the boards. And I'm doing my play-by-play, so I know these girls can somewhat hear me, especially as they're going by right underneath me. Some bizarre camera angles as I was moving my camera mount back and forth. The lighting in that facility is different than any other facility I've been in. It's got hi-hats, but the hi-hats aren't high. They're low, so you're actually making white spots all around the ice with dark spots in between. I don't know if
really?
you've ever-
Yeah, I've seen that. Yeah.
And one of the times, you also said on your stream, on your live, and the puck was right under the camera. You just like pointing the camera straight down. There was a battle right on the boards.
Yep. Yeah, right there. And I mean, I say, whatever, nonsensical things. I'm like, and look, there it is, right there in front of us. So, yeah. Yeah,
Awesome.
Something else. It was very, very interesting angles in that one. So I really recommend going back to watch that. I mean, 12U girls, very good hockey. It was really physical as well. One of the refs there actually used to play for Ontario Bay. And he saw me. He came over as I was setting up. He looked at me. He goes, "They have a sound system here?" I said, "No, they don't." I said, "But next time I ought to bring mine because then I could have announced goals too." But a lot of times they would come over to tell me whatever, and I would be like 86 from 8, right? And they're like, "Yeah, that's it." I'm like, "Good." So I'm telling the scorekeeper because, I'm right there. I'm so involved in the game. So it was
awesome.
Interesting.
Oh, wow. What else do I have? I have
So Salmon River 18U boys also played Clinton earlier that day. They had a 10 a.m. game up in Pulaski. And that game, it was 5-1, all Salmon River. I also broadcasted that game. And really, if you go back to that one, Bailey played in that game. My son, number 22, Bailey Dallin, the oldest one. He played absolutely out of his skates. It was probably the best game I've seen him play. He was taking that puck. He was headed to it. He made crisp passes. He received some hard passes. He dangled that puck. He went around a few different players, made them feel not so good. One of them ended up blindsiding him right in front of the goal as he was taking a shot. And as he was going back, he still managed to flick the puck. And I thought he was going to score, but it went off the shoulder of the goalie. So it wasn't a belly button shot, but went off the shoulder, did not go in. But then two other Salmon River players came in and collapsed hard on that player that blindsided Bailey. So fortunately, it didn't get worse than that because normally, while Bailey might be the smallest one on that team, he is the last one you want to hit.
He's the shark.
He is the shark. And he'll bite you back, and you may not see it because they may not even be coming from him, but it'll be from somebody from his team. They stand up for him, something fierce. So he ended up going off the ice. He skated off and whatnot, but thankfully he didn't say too many negative things to his teammates on the bench because it didn't erupt into a big brawl afterwards. So Clinton has a lot of testosterone afterwards. So that game, the refs were able to control that. Brought that harnessed that game because they almost lost control because they were letting too many penalties go by that should have been called. But invariably that game ended in a 5-1 game. All was good, nobody got hurt, and everybody left those locker rooms fine, left it all out on the ice, and no after party effects from that one.
And didn't Billy get an assist in that game?
Nope.
He didn't? Oh, I thought he did.
So
I thought I heard that he did in that one.
So I may have announced that he did. No, he did not. Nope.
Oh, I thought someone said that he did.
Yeah, they lied. Bailey may have said that he got an assist, but I didn't say it. I didn't see it, and it wasn't on the score sheet. Unless he shows it to me on the score sheet. I'm not aware of it.
Hey.
Yeah, it might have been in there. He said it too.
He would have already collected the $1 from me if there was. Are you kidding me?
Oh, yeah.
He gets that before we get in the car.
So shout out to Bailey. Great to hear. Great. The Shark, and he was at our games this weekend. So I saw when I see him. Yeah, I saw him in the 16U. Hey, so Cam Dallin, talk to us about the Watertown 14U versus 16U, and then the Watertown 14U versus Whitestown 14U Red games this weekend. What do you think about? First and foremost, what did you think about the battle against the 16U bright and early on New Year's Eve at 7:30 in the morning?
Ooh, that was rough. No, man, very rough. I had to get up pretty early, drive like pretty far, 45 minutes, 40 minutes.
50 minutes. Boy, if I ever get my hands on the guy that scheduled that game at that time of day.
Was it snowing that? No, it wasn't snowing that morning. It was snowing on the second game.
No,
Okay.
no, but boy, that was early. That was early. I
Pretty
had to get up at
early
like
for
5
us.
o'clock in the morning on the day I was supposed to stay up until the next year.
Cameron, did you score in that game?
Yeah, you scored the
don't-
first goal.
Did I?
Scored the first goal. Come on,
Yes,
Cameron.
yes. Did I? I did.
Yes. Trey, did you
Oh,
score
yes,
in that game?
I did. Yes, I did. Yes, I did.
Yeah, I scored the last goal.
Yep, you
Yeah.
scored yeah. So that was a good game. 14U versus 16U in Watertown. They gave us a heck of a battle. They were up actually 2-1 going into midway through the second period, and we crawled back into the game. I think shout out to those guys for playing us. We had a pretty deep bench. They have a pretty shallow bench. They had a couple players missing, but it was fun to be able to play against those guys, and it was a good battle, that's for sure. And then on was it yesterday, Sunday?
Yes.
We had a real good game against. I thought we had one of our better games in the last month or so against Whitestown. And Whitestown's a formidable opponent, that's for sure. They have a great snowbelt record. They had a great lineup. I was watching them when they were doing warm-ups, and they look like a great team. And they scored the first goal against us, so they went up 1-0. And I guess maybe there's something to be said for that, Cam. Maybe we shouldn't get the first goal.
Yeah. They got the first goal, 1-0 going into the second period. We scored 4 right after that.
Yep.
4 straight goals.
Yeah. Did we score? I don't think we scored in the third period. Was it a scoreless third period? I think it was 4-1 going into the third, wasn't it, Trey? When was your goal? Second period or third?
I scored with like 5 minutes left.
They
Okay.
they scored their second goal in the second period though.
Okay. No, Nick got a hat trick in that game, right? That was the
Yeah.
game Nick Netto
Yeah.
had a hat trick.
Yeah, it was 3-2 when I scored. There was like 5 minutes left, and I kind of put it in the dagger.
The dagger. So congratulations to Nick Netto for hat trick again this weekend, man. Nick's been really lighting the lamp pretty good. He's got 21 goals in 19 games played, so he's averaging over a goal a game.
I think it's more common for Nick to get a hat trick in a game, for Nick to not get a hat trick in a game.
I really do. I
Yes,
think it is.
yes.
Well, you
But
mean
there's some-
for Nick to score and not get a hat trick, right? Because there are games
Right.
that Nick hasn't scored at all.
Really?
I want to say. I think so.
No, there are, but
I think so.
yeah, there are, because he has like 5 hat tricks this year, I think. So there's got to be,
Yeah.
when he scores, he usually gets 2 or 3. That's for
Right.
sure. That is for sure. But when you shoot 1,000 pucks a week like Nick does, and it shows because he's at Power Play Sports all the time shooting pucks. He's got a great shot.
I'd love to
Make
get a
any-
highlight on that power play. He had like 8 shots on that power play. It was just
Nah, more than that, like 15.
And every one of them was the same, right, guys? Wrist shot
Yeah.
into the goalie glove. Wrist shot into the goalie glove.
Nick had like 65 shots that game.
One of the things I thought was absolutely hilarious is a couple of times we had Nick playing defense on that power play, and a couple of times he actually passed the puck over to you, Cameron, for shots.
Yes, yeah.
Usually
Wow.
I think he was gunning it for a while, then he's like, that isn't working. I'll try giving it to Cameron.
And then Cameron had a slap shot go right off the right pad, and Owen almost got the rebound.
Yeah.
All right. We're getting up on the wrap here. So why don't you hit Trey's trivia? I know we're out of sequence, but that's because we lost a little signal with Trey, man. So I know you have some really good theme trivia this weekend, Trey. Of this
Yeah, I
week.
got Islanders for
I
any
like it.
for any Islanders fans out there.
I'm not even wearing Islanders gear today. Can you believe it?
Yeah. So
Good.
launch your Islanders trivia questions, Trey.
Okay, so my first question is, which Islanders player currently has the most this season for the Islanders?
Has the most what this season?
Points.
Oh boy, this season I don't know.
And
Ah.
how many points do they have?
I'm gonna
Um,
say Matt Barzell.
With how many points?
21. Am I over or under?
Oh, Dan, do you have any guesses?
I'm gonna say Cizikas with 4 broken noses.
Cameron?
No idea. I don't watch the Islanders.
All right. The correct answer
Alright,
is
I've got it,
Matt
yeah.
Barzell with 21 points.
I hit it?
Oh,
I hit it.
Right
You
on.
hit it.
Trivia maestro. All right,
Better
Trey,
than
next
my
one.
team.
Just this is easy,
All right,
man. I'm
I
just
have
gonna
the
sit back here.
The exact same questions, but with goals.
Okay. All right, you got to stop rocking, kid. I'm gonna throw up. Thank you.
Okay, Trey, stop. I have
right.
no idea. Who has the most goals on the Islanders? Can I cheat and look online?
No.
Right, that's what I want to do. It's so hard to not do it. I'm sitting here on my
Just
computer.
guess. Who's the goal
I'm gonna say. Well, Barzell is not their big goal scorer. It's Casey. We never know. Anders Lee, right? Am I right?
You have to
Let's
guess
see.
the amount of goals and the player.
All right, so if you're gonna say Lee, I'll give you number of goals at 18.
That'd be high. Maybe, yeah,
Of
that's
course it
high.
is.
What is
That
it? Who is it?
Very high, I will say that.
All right,
It's probably
Lee
around
with 12.
13, maybe. Is it around 13, maybe?
A little bit lower.
12.
Oh, wow.
A little bit. A little
All
lower.
right,
than
all right.
12.
Come on. What is
Come
it?
on.
All
Who is
right,
it? Who is it?
Brock Nelson with 10.
Oh, Brock
okay.
Nelson.
Really?
Huh.
Yeah.
Would not have been a guess.
Huh.
All right,
And
I wouldn't
then
have
for
guessed.
the final question, there's 2 correct answers. What is the Islanders' record this season?
Yeah, you
How
think
is it
I would know that one? I don't even know.
I'm gonna say that they're there's two correct answers.
There's one real correct answer, and then there's one other correct answer. It's not really correct.
Then it's 9, 15, and 4.
Close.
That's my guess.
10?
I know.
12 and 6.
10, 12, 6.
And the other answer would be worse than the Canucks because that's all that matters. So
10, 12. You know, Dan, if they go on a tear, that it's not like,
Right.
I mean, seriously, they win 8 games in a row and they're in a good spot. And they've won 2 in a row now. And this, we know that teams can go 8-0-1 because the Vancouver Canucks have recently done it, right, Trey?
Right.
That's
So,
what his name was before.
it was 8-0-1, Trey. Yeah.
Right. Yeah. So, I mean, the Islanders, again, they've got that schedules coming up. They play the Maple Leafs, which aren't going to be any good. They are playing the Capitals next. Well, they won. Last win was on the 1st. Their next game is on the 12th. That's a long break.
Why is that? Is that because of the COVID or something?
I have no idea.
That's
You
weird.
know, with
Yeah.
the way the NHL schedule is and with the COVID, I don't even know. I just wait and look and see.
Hey,
yeah,
hey, we're
Canucks played on New Year's Day as well, and they don't play till the 8th.
really. Hey, I think we're gonna have to drop the drawing contest this week and really highlight it next week because we got to wrap it up. We're almost at an hour and a half, and I got to give the mop of the week and the 92 challenge winners.
Well, maybe we can just
So-
do one of them.
There is one NHL game going on right now.
Who's playing?
The Rangers and the Oilers. There's 8:50 left in the first period. It's 1-0 Rangers. That's the only one going on today.
Yeah,
So
not a
those
good time to be an Oilers fan.
No,
Why-
not at all.
They've lost
Yeah.
their last 1, 2, 3. Wait,
1, 2, 3. Yeah,
Oh,
I can
yeah.
check. I'll check.
they've lost their last 3, and then they won 2 in between that, and then in between those 2 wins, they lost another 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Yeah, there's some tough skids there. They'll leave a mark in the
So-
morning. All right, so let's get to our contest.
Yeah, let's get to our contest. Screen share for the mop of the week. Mop of the week presented by Power Play Sports goes to, we started it out as the mellow of the week, but we've got some incredible mops on some of our hockey players. So let's share the mop of the week with this fine young fellow who looks a little bit like a dog.
It does.
It does. It looks like a poodle of some sort. Who is this boy? Does anybody know this boy? Has anybody ever seen him before?
That's
I
Big
don't-
C.
I don't think I know him.
Yeah.
What's his name? Big C.
Big
That's
C.
Big C. Big C was a former defenseman for the Watertown Wolves 14U and is currently a left winger, probably for the rest of his life for the Watertown Wolves 14U after the way he was banging the boards
Ron.
yesterday. Had a really good game. Big C, Connor,
Taking out
Felder.
took out two Connors out of defense. Took out Connor Leduc out of defense. Now we're taking out Connor Felder.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep. There you go, Feldy's
Not
camouflage.
going to be much defense left there, huh?
Oh,
Nope.
We're down to 4 now. Without Steve.
Down to well, we get we'll get somebody back, and yeah.
Yeah, Steve.
And then so Riley Blue was last week's winner. I know Riley got notified. Riley's actually following us everywhere now, so that's awesome to have Riley Blue on board, and maybe hopefully Connor Felder will start following us. And I want to talk about the 92 challenge in honor of Wayne Gretzky's record-breaking 92-goal season. Submit a grade of an A, a 92 or higher, or a report card grade in a class of 92 or higher, and you are eligible to be a winner in the 92 challenge and receive a couple of rolls of tape, some Howie stick wax, and or a Power Play Sports hat from our sponsors, the Power Play Sports. And this week's winner is a fine young fellow who plays on the Watertown Wolves 14U white team. He's always at practice. He's always chit-chatty. He's always one of the last kids out of the locker room. His name is Chris Martin. Chris Martin had a 94 on his integers quiz. So congratulations to my buddy, Chris Martin, for winning the 92 challenge for a great grade of 94 on his integers quiz. Chris, we will put your name out there. We will notify you via social media and in person so you can claim your prize. Awesome
Well
job,
done, Chris.
Martin.
Well done. Good job.
All right. You have to draw this in less than 2 minutes and then we have to wrap it up.
3 minutes. 7:34.
Okay, 7:34.
No, 7:35.
No, we're not going to continue to negotiate.
Get it all.
what you-
We have to have. Okay, go now, quick.
What you have to draw is, you each have a pencil.
Yes.
So that Trey, do you have a pencil?
Well, I thought we were
Okay.
going on this.
All right.
Yeah.
So what you have to draw is Wayne Gretzky or something like Wayne Gretzky. Uniform shirt, a picture of Wayne Gretzky, an Oilers jersey, a 99 Oilers jersey, something Wayne Gretzky. Who's up? Time's
Okay.
running. Time's a ticking.
It won't let me draw. Wait. It won't let me draw.
What? No, click draw. Go to the top like the thing and push draw.
Because you
It's
picked
really not there.
text.
Not mouse. Click draw.
No, it's not there though. Like not even like the text draw, all that stuff.
What the?
Wait,
heck,
I'm gonna
man?
have to close it out and then restart it.
Okay, here we go.
All right, here. You know what? Let me do it.
No, it's fine. It's fine.
No, it's not. No, it's not. Because I want to add sound effects. Stop it. Are you gonna? Oh, you're doing that. Fine. Go ahead.
Trey, why didn't you let him do it so we could add sound effects?
Okay, I'll exit out.
Yeah, that'd be nice.
It's just we only have.
I have an idea.
We only have 1 minute left, less than a minute left now.
We can hold it over for a little bit, buddy.
I have an idea.
How do I
Trey.
join this? I don't know how to.
Just go back. You have to go. Oh, so on the very, very top, it says
Options.
somebody's square. You click on options, drops
Yes,
down.
it-
You have to pick annotate.
Okay,
See
thanks.
it? You got it.
I have an idea of what I'm gonna do.
Okay.
Found it, Trey? Yay.
Whenever you're ready, guys.
I'm going.
Okay, I'm gonna start a clock here. It is 7:32. Ooh. What do we have here? It looks like we have a net. We have a helmet. Ooh.
Well, helmet. He's gonna be writing Jolene on the top of it. What is that?
Jofa. We have
Cameron's
a
got
goal
a
crease.
smiley face. I think Cameron's making
no.
a
He's making a goal.
an imposter.
No.
Was that stupid game?
There's Stelly's peeking over his shoulder. I just saw Stelly. Hi, Stell.
All right.
Hey,
Stelly's-
that's fully blue. That's fully blue. Okay, that's fully blue.
I just keep doing your thing. Oh, okay. Yeah, Stell's freshly home from her 12 use skills that they do. It's open to all girls out in Oswego in the Oswego organization, I believe, and they work on skills. They actually get volunteers from the girls' college team, the Lakers, and a couple of high school girls. Right now, the Lakers are still on break, so there were no college girls there today. So coaches actually have to show up and help out. But ordinarily, Monday night, some of the Lakers girls come on down and help them run drills and show them some different skills. They break the ice up into 3 or 4 different sections and work on something in different areas. And they just rip them through the different stations. It's pretty neat and fun to watch.
Right,
Is it just for the girls in that association, or is?
I think so.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's full of girls. So, it's all ages. So it's really neat seeing that spread. They got broken up by different time frames, but at the time that the 12U girls are going, I believe they're doing 8, 10, and 12U. I want to say. Because there's some size difference and there's some skill difference, but there's skill difference within a certain, single age group as well.
Right.
It's interesting to watch college girls go through and run a drill as an example versus a coach who may be a couple of years past his prime.
Oh, I'm familiar with that for sure. So you see those girls out there and they're just hustling, and they can skate, fly around, and for sure. I got to still go to practice. Tonight is Monday night. Recording night is Monday night for us. And we have practice at 8:40 till 10. We have a big game scheduled with the Syracuse Hawks tomorrow. And I'm wondering if that's going to go off because I know they're in COVID protocol.
Oh, are they really?
Yeah, the school district just went to homeschooling. I just saw, for instance, Clarkson was supposed to be playing a hockey game actually tonight, and they're in COVID protocol too. Clarkson men's were supposed to be playing, and they shut that down. So I don't know. I don't know what to expect here with things moving forward. It seems like a lot of stuff is starting to, stuff's starting to slow down.
Yeah, the Ontario Bay team is playing tomorrow night at 5:45 at the New York State Fairgrounds against FM Fayetteville Manlius.
Okay.
So I have not looked to see where their schools are at. I've not heard anything.
Clarkson's playing Canisius, was supposed to be playing Canisius tonight in Buffalo, and that was shut down this afternoon.
Wow.
Ooh, look at that. Missed 100% of the shots you don't take. I like it, Trey. I like it, Cam. You guys got Gretzky's hair down from the 80s, man. That was definitely Gretzky's hair right there.
Absolutely.
All right, you guys got about 1 minute.
Look at that. And Cam memorializing a time where his team got embarrassed. Come on, you gonna draw Dominic Hasek in there?
Yes, I have a minute left. I have a minute left. I could finish.
Cam likes to say things in threes. If you guys aren't familiar with Cam Dallin, he typically says things. I really became familiar with that this summer on our long drive to a tournament down in Connecticut, where Cam would say bet 3 times in a row every time we talked about something.
Yeah.
That was a fun trip, though, wasn't it, Cameron?
Yes. Very, very good time.
Very good time.
Very good time.
Oh, Trey, I like the oil drop, baby.
I thought it was a nose.
Anyway. I didn't get the thing.
Oh, you're right. I have to finish that.
Pretty proud of you guys. You guys do a pretty good job. So I think if we can screenshot this, I'd like to get a copy of this so I could use this, maybe use this in our posting.
I can actually do an Instagram post so you guys can vote.
Hey, you know what? Hey, you know what we did too, and I'd like to bring it up right at the end of the podcast here today is we did start a TikTok page. What's that? That sounds cool.
So yeah, you can go to PPS_podcast_. And this picture will be up, and you can vote who you think is the winner.
Can you explain that one more time, Trey? So all of our listeners get that, because I want to put that out there, and I'll put that out there on social too.
So if you have Instagram,
Yep.
Yeah, look up PPS_podcast_. And when you click on my story, there'll be a poll where you can vote for either me or Cam as the winner.
There you go.
Awesome. Awesome. That's awesome. That's cool. All right, folks. We are at our end. We went a little long today, but we had a lot of guests. I love the sound effects.
It took me a little bit to get it loaded. Oh, it took me a little bit to get it loaded. I'm sorry.
Good stuff. All right, let's wrap it up. We'll turn it over to the Dan Dallin to put a wrap on this baby.
Can someone
That's
say
right.
this?
Yeah, I can. I'm not finished, but that is perfectly fine. That's perfectly okay.
There you go. All right. So, as we like to say, remember, don't wait for it to be a good day.
Make it a great
day.
Great day.
I'm not. I think I got that. I think I got the fix it hand.